Hey guys, welcome to this episode of MacLeod Show. I'm sitting back in my chair. I was editing the episode you're about to watch right now, and I felt that it needed a little bit of context here. So I'm going to let you know that you're about to see a storyline before the footage that I shot of an underwater shipwreck. It's really cool. I've been wanting to dive on this shipwreck for years. I finally had a chance to do it, capture some amazing footage. So, but first I wanted to give you a little bit of context and a little story to go along with it. So here comes that story, followed by some cool footage. Thanks for joining me on this episode of MacLeod Show, guys. Here we go. There's a legend of a lost ship in Michigan. The year was 1679, and a French shipbuilder and explorer by the name of Sieur de La Salle had built a ship to explore the Great Lakes. Previously to this time, only canoes had explored the lakes. The ship, named Le Griffon, would be the first to sail the Great Lakes. He set out with a crew of 34 on August 7th, 1679, from Niagara River. They traveled across Lake Erie to the Detroit River area. By August 12th, they entered Lake St. Clair on the feast day of St. Clair of Assisi. This is where the lake gets its name today. The crew had to actually tow the ship over the rapids of the St. Clair River into the lower region of Lake Huron. From there, they traveled north to Saginaw Bay, where the ship was becalmed. They were stuck with no wind. So La Salle took over as pilot, and by August 25th, they had managed to find some favorable winds. But for the next few days, they ran into a fierce storm, and they were forced to take down all of their sails and drift with the wind and current. They ended up drifting until August 27th, but then they found a good breeze that helped them make it all the way up to St. Ignace area, where they ended up anchoring in a natural harbor on Mackinac Island. There, they were greeted by over 100 Huron and Ottawa Indians on Mackinac Island, and it's said that the Indians referred to the Griffin as a big wood canoe. La Salle remained in the area until September 12th, when they decided to sail through the Straits of Mackinac toward the entrance to Green Bay. There, they ended up anchoring off of one of the nearby islands, where some of the men who had traveled previously to the area had already traded with the local friendly Potawatomi Indians. La Salle decided to stay behind with 4 canoes and some men to explore the area further. He gave orders to take close to $12,000 worth of cargo to Fort Mackinac, which would actually be more like carrying close to a cargo of $1.2 million today. They were ordered to set sail back east, the direction they had come from, to store the cargo at Fort Mackinac, and then continue on to sail back to where they began, near the Niagara River. The ship set sail with a crew of only 5 men with these orders on September 18, 1679. La Salle would never see or hear from the Griffin again. There are many theories as to what happened to the Griffin, but nobody knows for sure. Some say the ship was sunk in a huge storm, claiming the crew and its cargo. Others think that the crew of 5 men set fire to the ship and made off with the cargo. There's other theories that say one of the Indian tribes on the lake boarded the ship, killed the crew, took the cargo, and burned and sunk the ship. However it went down, one thing's for sure: another sailing vessel would not brave the area again for nearly 75 years. And it's still a mystery as to where its final resting place is today. Many people have claimed to have found the ruins of it, but there's never been enough evidence to say for sure that it was in fact the Griffin. There's tales of seeing a ghost ship on the lakes, and some say it could be the Griffin. Today on this episode of MacLeod Show, we're going to be free diving in 10 to 30 feet of water on a shipwreck that matches the dimensions of the Griffin. I've heard from some that they think that this could be the Griffin. Though it's never been proven, and nothing's been found at the location to prove it's the Griffin. I've never read anything else, though, or heard of any other evidence that says it's not. I could be wrong, but the location, the size of the ship, and the age of the shipwreck all fit the bill, I think. I don't know any better, but I think. I've never seen any good photos of this shipwreck before, or video, so I've set out today to document it as best as I can. And who knows, maybe somebody will watch this video and either confirm that could very well be the Griffin, or that it's some other type of vessel. Whatever the case is, this ship had a life and story to tell. I've heard that it was leaving a nearby harbor and caught fire and sank. I've also heard that it hit a nearby rock reef that punched holes in the hull, sinking it as it tried to find safe harbor in the nearby islands. The mystery surrounding this ship leads me to explore and document it before the lake and intrusive zebra mussels claim it forever. Welcome to this episode of Matt's Rad Show. The Griffin.
Alright, yeah, I can... You can see it's like darker. The water's a bit darker, like right in there. Is this it? Oh yeah, there it is. It's pretty big. I mean, it was a big sailboat. Like it.
Once we do a couple turns through here,
It definitely. That was just like the tip. Like this was like a big pirate ship looking boat that was down there. Think we'll see any ghosts down there? So we're off the end of this island here, and then the rock reef goes out like this. So they ran over the rock reef and took the bottom out of the boat, I guess, huh? Just sank, and then the winds just blew it back and sank it.
sank with a load of gold and silver and was taken back to the old world.
Legend has it there's still some booty on the bottom of the lake.
Hey Matt, is there rocks up ahead?
If there is, what is that? So yeah, I mean the shipwreck's right there, and like the rock reef is like right here. So like right here it's like 3 feet of water, and like it just goes down to like 20, 30 feet
If I get over
water.
here.
Looking for a good spot to throw out the anchor. So the idea is throw the anchor out over this way somewhere so that the currents kind of carry us back over to the shipwreck area, which is over that direction. All right, let's see your anchor skills. Let's see these anchor skills. It's pretty good anchoring right there.
I'm anchoring for some anchoring.
Anchoring for some anchoring.
Exciting stuff. Yeah.
Excited?
Yeah. I didn't know it was out here. I had no idea.
Yeah, we've never been out here with you, huh?
Yeah.
This is Ash's first time
I've
seeing
heard
it.
stories, but now I know it's true.
Now you know it's true.
I've seen it with my own eyes.
You didn't believe me?
No.
Man. Crew and good captain, well seasoned, concluding some terms with a couple of steel firms when we left fully loaded for Cleveland. Who knows what song I just quoted right now? Tell me, leave a comment below. And if you know the story of that ship.
I do.
I bet you do. Because the legend lives on from the Chippewa down of the big lake they call Ketchikamie. All right, folks, here's the equipment we got here. My bro's got a waterproof GoPro. Rock and roll with the GoPro. And I got my underwater contour. Dun, 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 dun.
Wow.
Those are some.
Look at those bad boys.
Oh, you are a fish. Matt DeMino has stepped up to guppy.
Super duper cold.
Well, I should get my other angle.
Are you ready, big water daddy?
Make it happen, Captain.
Nice. It's all good.
It's cold.
I think it does.
It looks like it would. It looks like there's air in it and stuff.
As I made my way out to where the ship was, an eerie feeling came over me. I don't know if I just heard too many ghost stories about this ship or not, but I was just kind of freaking out at the beginning here, and it was kind of hard to hold my breath as I tried to dive the first couple of tries.
Dive down to it now.
Once I got the hang of it, I was in awe of these huge timbers all around me. They seemed to stretch on forever, just into the blue. Was this the Griffin? The legend's final resting place?
Some kind of rigging down there. Let's see if we can take a closer look at those like bars going across there. That almost look metal, like metal.
pushed off the bottom of the boat, I cut my hand on the zebra mussels.
That's sharp. Just cut my hand on that.
I couldn't help but wonder if these were some of the planks that LaSalle and his men walked on. I wonder what stories they would tell if they could.
Sweet.
Just then I heard an eerie sound coming from the lake. Oh, wait a second. Nope. It's just my brother.
What are you doing, dude? That's awesome.
My brother helped me kind of snap out of my contemplative move with that random thing he just did. And I just started to enjoy the ship, not for what it might have been, and not for what it might be or might not be, or what it once was, but for what it is today.
Look at him, Captain.
Love you too.
might be some barracudas down here, I suppose. Some big man-eater pikes underneath there, I think. The great white pikes.
Great lakes, great white sturgeons.
Great white sturgeons.
You have to fall to the bottom, man, and the bottom feed you.
That's why there's no seals in this water, because they've been eaten already.
Look at that, just gushing.
Nice.
We may have to cut it off and keep going, I suppose.
Nice.
There it is, folks. Matt's Red Show. Just for you. That's on the bottom of the ship.
That's real.
So I was like starting to like lose my breath.
Oh yeah?
And I like pushed off the bottom, and there's all those like zebra mussels that are really sharp. And it just like cut. It's just like, I was like, oh.
Nice.
It was weird because I like touched the ship, and the ship like cut me.
Cut me,
I only cut it twice. I touched the back part there, and I touched the front just briefly trying to get back up. And I was like, ooh, I'm not gonna touch it again. It cut me deep.
It's funny that we were talking about big fish coming to get me because I was bleeding, because as I was editing this, I noticed that on this last shot, as I'm coming back to the boat, there's a big shadow underneath the boat. Now, there's no sharks or any fish to be worried about in the Great Lakes, but this was a big fish. You can tell just by the size. It's pretty far away, and all you can see is this shadow of this huge fish going underneath the boat. Didn't even know it was there until I was editing this. Creepy. At least I hope it's a fish, not some sort of ghost from the shipwreck. Alright folks, I guess that about does it for this episode of Matt's Red Show. And a nice cut on my hand right there from the shipwreck. The shipwreck fought back. But we got a lot of cool footage, a lot of cool stuff, so hope you guys enjoyed this exploration of the old Griffon Shipwreck over here. Labrosis leading the voyage home.
Oh, it's cold.
Matt's Red Show. Blood. We out of here, folks. Okay, bye. My brother. Do we look alike? Do we sound alike?
Sort of.
Yes.
Sort of.
Maybe.
Exactly.
We should get Brooks that one.
We're laughing.
We're laughing. It's pretty cool.
This is what boats look like when they're above the water. This boat is epic.
We gotta sound the official horn to begin the expedition. All right. What did you just say, Rich?
I just shipped my pants.
You just shipped your pants?
Yep.
You shipwrecked your pants? I just shipped my drawers. We're punny.
Nice.
Oh, don't understand that well. On that one.
No.
Oh, no. They sink over now.
Do they sink?
Yeah, they do sink.
You lost both of them.
You lost both.
I lost both, I got it back. We gotta come back to the boat. Reflipperize.